proud about the National Health Service. It's a piece of real socialism. And there is nowhere in any nation in the world, communist or capitalist, any health service to compare with it.
The National Health Service was not a gift from above. It was conceived in the blood, sweat and tears of ordinary people who had built the imperial might and wealth of Britain, and yet often lived in abject poverty. In the 1920s and 30s, modern healthcare was a luxury. Children died from Dickensian diseases. Women still died in childbirth. Infection ravaged slums without running water and sanitation. Britain's deadly disease was class. The Second World War was a political awakening for millions of ordinary men and women. In 1942, a committee chaired by the economist William Beveridge warned that the war was a revolutionary moment. The elite were worried. What would happen when the soldiers came home? For many Britons, the war had been fought not only against fascism, but for a new Jerusalem of decent homes and jobs and healthy lives. The Beveridge Report proposed a welfare state and the world's first national health service. Winston Churchill and the Conservatives opposed it. In the 1945 general election campaign, the war hero Churchill was not always welcomed in the industrial heartland.
Can you hear me? When we are asked what is our policy, I can only tell you that an enormous mass of work very substantial advances in the human heart and the human head will have to be made before we can adopt the full glorious utopias which the socialist wool-gatherers placed before us.
The utopian wool-gatherers would soon have their say at the ballot box, representing the majority of Britons. The soldiers' paper, the Daily Mirror, called for a vote for them, meaning the men and women who had won the war, and the right to a new freedom, said the Mirror, of equal opportunities and robust health. Labour's landslide victory was a shock. And the tremors didn't stop there and became open rebellion. In the Far East, 50,000 airmen went on strike in more than 60 Royal Air Force bases, the greatest mass mutiny in British history. The issue was democracy and the right to be demobilised and not to be part of an imperial presence east of Suez. Arrested and court-martialed, the strike leaders were set free after a public outcry that symbolised a Britain that was now changing fast. On July the 5th, 1948, the most momentous social change of all was announced by this leaflet delivered to every household.
This leaflet is coming through your letterbox one day soon, or maybe you have already had your copy. Read it carefully. It tells you what the new National Health Service is and how you can use what it offers. Study the leaflet, then keep it by you. You'll need it for reference.